Hey everybody, welcome as we are now getting into this next game. It is game number 3 between DDE and Crane, who are going to be the two players playing in this final, but we're going to be spawning directly on top of specifically Crane. He is the red Protoss in the bottom right, going up against DDE from its GoSu is the blue Terran on the top of Atlantis spaceship. I know, this is Metropolis. I've been really mixing up these two maps lately. I don't know what it is, but maybe it's just sheer fatigue. But this is Metropolis, GSL Metropolis. Good map, very solid map, good macro one. And I actually really enjoy watching TVTs on. It's kind of interesting considering the creep tumor and everything that's blocking these island bases. I find it to be a really interesting thing that unfortunately favors Terran the most. I know it should favor the Zerg, but the thing is that Terrans are the ones that have medevacs always available plus scans, and their main building can lift. So that means Terrans can actually get this fairly simply if they just drop there on their way to their opponents. And I actually really want to see a game where in these positions Terran ends up taking this base. I think that could be an incredibly sneaky thing to do. On the yes, but I'm casting right now. So now we're having Crane pushing around over here. The assimilator is being taken at the moment, but the thing is, this scout is going to be all of this. Yeah, sure. Message me in. Sure, actually, I'll just message you. Alright, cool. So I don't know when this game's gonna be done because I haven't looked at the amount of games and all that stuff. So I'll find out what that's all about later. As Crane is just happily mining away, we see the gateway is down, and we're going to be having the cybernetics core getting built. So everything's going to be pretty normal. DDE does have his one gas. We got to see if he's going to be going for an expansion or not, though, because he hasn't gone for a fast expand build yet. And I don't even really count the Ohana game. He's went for a 2-2-2. He did it off of Cloak Banshees at the start, so it's not, you can't call Cloak Banshees and then an expansion a fast expansion. That's just an expansion off of Cloak Banshees. So maybe we'll have a similar style in this game. But the fact that we don't have a second gas quite yet means it may not be the case, but he is getting a factory. So the Rax expands are immediately eliminated by the presence of a factory. And we are having a second gas being thrown down now, so possibly Cloak Banshees again. Maybe DDE just really wants to practice the strategy and make it work. I don't think that this map overtly favors this style, more so than Ohana. It may. The problem is it shares the ability for Protoss to get a backdoor exit. In fact, this backdoor exit is even better than the one from Ohana. But there is a lot of surface area over here for DE to cover with tanks, and the choke in here could be really, really nice for tank play. But we're actually, oh my god, look at this proxy starport. Proxy starport from DDE. He did move in, he got the full scout, he knows everything that was down for Crane at this time. And now we're having DDE just getting, once again, this, you know what, the probe died over here. I think it saw the lack of command center. So if you look at the vision, yeah, that would have seen a command center. But with this Stargate being thrown down for Crane, he may actually scout this. But there is that tech lab down. We're going to be having Cloak too. Look at the gas count. We have almost 300 gas. So we're going to be seeing Cloak and the Banshee being built immediately. And this is an incredibly aggressive spot for it. And there is the Hellion pushing down to try and deal some damage. But nothing has been seen. Nothing that even hints of this Banshee play. So the tech lab is now done, although we are having the wall in, and it seems that Crane is really expecting weird play out of DD, but it seems that he really is expecting the weird play to be Hellions. So the Hellions are going to try and push forward, but oh my god, DDE does get picked off, but that is still a total of 3. Oh my god, he's doing a 3-1-1. Protoss is doing a 3-1-1. This is not right. That's a Terran thing to do. Haha, hardy har har. But you know what's going to be seen, guys? That's right, DDE. Oh, he's not going to have Cloak. He's going to lose the Banshee when it pops out. DDE, he might actually end up canceling it. He does cancel it. He's built a Viking instead. That's actually a really smart thing. He's still going for Cloak. but he's probably going to go for that after he gets the Viking out. But there is a Stalker coming out, and DDE may be forced to just completely abandon this entire thing. I don't see him going to be able to finish Cloak. This Tech Lab is now being targeted down. He may even cancel the Viking. He may cancel the Viking. But, oh, whoops, that was not what I meant to do. That was a misclick. I just meant to click on something over here, but oh well, hope you guys didn't see that. The starport is not in play, but we did see that the cloak and everything is not there anymore. So we have DDE now with 700 gas and 700 minerals. The Nexus is now down for Crane, and he's getting out his observers. Now we have full vision of this creeped up base. Wait, we can still see the creep tumor? Is that just because we're observers? I thought you the players, yeah, they can't see. Okay, cool. So that was me thinking for a second that they actually had vision of that, and that would take away all the point of the creep and everything. But there's nothing to fear, and now we're having DDE just getting another starport inside his main base and building a bunch more racks. So he's going to go for a factory with a tech lab. I think that's going to be swapped out for the barracks. I think he's going to go for more of a marine style, but notice there is still no natural expansion. I think we're just going to watch DDE just power out a crazy amount of Marines and then attack, but this Phoenix count is increasing, and it will be able to confirm no expansion unless the Observer gets there first, which it looks like it will, but Observers are slow, but it does get the vision slightly before those Phoenixes because the Phoenixes just turn around. So the Phoenixes turn around, it kind of negates their ability to scout because they're not going in the right direction. But DDE's got a bunker back here. He's got no finished wall actually, so DT's able to walk just right in. And he's got the energy for a mule if he so desires, or can scan, try to take out the observer, but he's got to realize that it's there first. And that is a big if. Who knows, maybe he's got major genes and he could channel Major versus Freyr and be able to hit every single observer that could ever exist. But that's not the case as of yet, as Crane right now is just pushing along with not building anything from his Stargate, but he is getting a robotics bay. So the Colossi are going to be coming down right now. He's even canceled a Moral to make sure you can really get the Colossi out quite quickly. And his worker count is starting to increase a fair amount, but there are those Marines. They're going to be able to not take down anything while Crane does get a fair amount of SCV kills for basically nothing. He took 6 damage on this Phoenix. I think he's okay with killing off a couple SCVs for 6 damage on a Phoenix. But the thing is, Phoenixes really don't have that much shields. When you damage their health, it's actually a really significant blow. I mean, look at that. There's 120 health and 60 shields. If that was reversed, who cares if they get hit? But a Phoenix that has 1 hit point lasts very, very small amount of time. But DDE is going to make sure the game lasts a very small amount of time, as we've got a ton of SCVs that are pulling down. So no matter what way this ends, it will end. And we even have a Thor in the mix. We have a Thor. Do we have upgrades for the Thor? We do not. But we have a Thor. And that's going to be transported with the medevacs because it moves slowly. It's only 1.88, while the medevacs, I believe, are 2.25. They are 2.5. I didn't realize that they were that much faster, but alright, so there we go. But there we have the Thor taking shots off on the Phoenixes. The medevacs are still alive, and these CVs are not on auto-repair. That's kind of surprising. I would really expect them to be on auto-repair. But they are not as of yet, and there we see him pushing forward. We've got the stim on the Marauders and everything. Target firing Colossi, or trying to at the very least, but there we see him pushing forward. This Thor is just happily wailing away on those units. We see how this Colossus is getting picked off, and this Thor is just doing so much damage. Crane's ahead of the supply, but the Thor is negating any kind of force fielding, and the Marine damage is just incredibly powerful. And wait a second, DD is actually pushing forward. There's 12 SCVs, 29 probes. That is all army difference. Look at the army difference. It is actually in favor of Crane. Wait, units killed, workers killed. I'm in the wrong tab. That's the tab I wanted. There we go. That's what I was expecting the numbers to look like. And Crane is going to be losing this battle. There we have all of those probes going down, and DD will be taking this. GG gets called. So that is going to be it for game number 3. It will be going in favor of DDE, who is showing a very strong showing right now with this aggressive style of TVP. So let's get into the 4th game and do it without a lot of rushing, because I want to see it now, and it will be taking place on Cloud Kingdom.